Live a balanced life, work to live, and live to work. Today, let us see it is necessary to sign on back of a check. Even those who have been going to the bank for years do not know this. Checks have been used for many years in money transaction. Checks are also used in many ways. One such way is to sign on back of the check. You must have often seen that some people sign on the back of the check. It is necessary to sign on back of a check in a particular situation. If your check is bearer check, then it is necessary to sign on back of it. This is because many times no one's name is written on such checks. In such a situation, one problem can be that the person who has brought the check may have found it lying somewhere. To keep themselves safe, banks get the signature of a person who has brought the check on the back of the check. They ensure that the money withdrawn from the check has been given to the person who brought the check, and if the check has been encashed by an unknown person, then the bank has no role on it. First, what is bearer check? Bearer check means a person who reaches the bank with that check can withdraw money. That is, even if someone's name is written on the check, still another person can withdraw money from the check. So, to avoid any fraud or irregularity, the bank gets the person who reaches the bank with the check to sign on the back of the check. There are some cases in which the bank asks for the address proof of the person who reaches the bank with the bearer check. This happens especially when the amount of the check is big. In such a situation, the bank takes the address proof of the person who brings the bearer check, so that if any fraud arises in the future, that person can be contacted or action can be taken against him. In the case of order check, a signature is not required on the back of the check. In an order check, money is only given to the person whose name is written on it. It is also written on this check that is an order check and not a bearer check. It is necessary for that person to be present in the bank while encashing the check. This is the reason why signature is not required on order check. However, before giving money on order check, the bank employees themselves do a thorough investigation and give money only after being satisfied. It is necessary to ensure whether the name written on the check is of the person who has brought it or someone else. If you see these two lines drawn in the corner of the check, then understand that know why and when it is done. Everyone does banking, but there are very few people who use check. Many people do not even know about the different types of check. One such check is a cross check. In this, two parallel lines are drawn on the left side upper corner. According to section 123 of the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881, the person issuing the check tells the bank that it is cross-checked through two lines drawn on the left side corner of the check. The special thing about this check is that you can't go to the bank and withdraw cash with it. Crossing a check ensures that the payment from it will be made only in the bank account. This payment can be made to the person whose name is written on the check. That person can also endorse the check to someone for which it becomes necessary for him to sign on back of the check. There are many types of cross check. The first is general crossing, in which two lines are drawn on the edge of the check. whatever we have discussed about cross checks so far comes under the general crossing only. According to the section 124 of the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881, special crossing is done when the person issuing the check wants the money to be paid to the person should go to his account in particular bank only. Suppose the person to whom the money is to be paid has two accounts in many banks. In such a situation, the person issuing the check can write the name of the bank by drawing two parallel lines in the blank space at the bottom of the check. In such a situation, money can be deposited through the check only in the account of the bank whose name is written on the check. If account payee is written between the crossing lines in the check, it means that only the person whose name is written on the check can withdraw money from his account. He can withdraw money by depositing the check in any bank account. However, if the name of the bank is written while doing special crossing, then the money will go only to that bank. The most special thing about this check is that it cannot be endorsed by anyone. Its money will go only to the bank of the person whose name is written on the check. The purpose of issuing crossed check is only that the amount of check should go to the person whom the check issuer wants to give it. In such a situation, even if the check falls into the wrong hand, he will not be able to withdraw money from it. Crossing the check increases its security.